Welcome to the Pitfire, boys. Grab your cup of tea. Join me. Let's have a chat. Why a cup of tea? Tea gives you power. The ancient samurai monks drank tea. I bet you would shit yourself more if you saw an ancient monk hold a cup of tea than a samurai sword. It's dangerous. It gives you power. Us as men, we've got to make more fires. Make a little campfire. Make a little barbecue. Get it going. There's very much a calming effect, a soothing effect. When in doubt, start a fire. We're men. Alright, I'm back. The fire got too big. It was roaring too much, so I had to die down a bit. But anyways, boys, what I want to talk about is what really is discipline? How does it work? How do we know if a highly disciplined life is the right way or not? Because that's a question I'm asking myself right now. Is a highly disciplined, highly rigidly, I don't know if that's a word, but it's a new one, highly rigidly structured morning routine, night routine, task list, task blocks, this monk mode, is this really the way to build self-belief? Because here's a little story. So for 12 months I was on like strict monk mode, like this highly disciplined Goggins style. Well, of course I wasn't running hundreds of miles, but I was grinding. 4 a.m. cold showers. I had a couple of hours before my day job to get some business work done. I went to my construction day job, non-stop audiobook, car commutes. I was either reading books or progressing on some business tasks. I got home, I trained, maybe shot some content, more business work. Just my day was absolutely, completely rigid. And it did turn me into a rigid man. It even got pointed out by family members, by friends of family members, of how rigid I have become. How I lost my charisma, I lost my playfulness. I lost that little boy in me, the spirit, the will to be a curious child. It all died because of this highly disciplined lifestyle that I had. But to me, that was like, I did stop it now, and what I can say is I miss it. I completely miss it. I built so much self-belief in myself from basically doing the things that I said I would, and consistently for a long period of time. I built self-belief. I felt momentum. I felt that drive, that aggressiveness, that, And now, what made me stop it was just thinking about, is there some hidden cost? Is this the only way to build self-belief? Is this the only thing I have to do to develop myself into the man that I want to become? So when I did stop it, a few months down the line, I did start noticing I got psychologically weaker. I wasn't so mentally tough anymore. I wasn't, because I wasn't strict anymore. I was like, yo, I done all of this stuff. I even done a 7-day fast. I think the downward spiral started when I finished my 7-day water only fast. Because after that, I couldn't stop indulging in junk food. Because that victory, that 7-day fast, I was like, I'm gonna indulge. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want now. So I guess as a side note, that also goes to show you can't carry on your past successes. You succeed, you leave it in the past. You start fresh. That's what I didn't do. But as I was saying, I was feeling psychologically just declined. The mental toughness is gone. I'm being more complacent. I'm being more soft. You can feel it. I can't describe it, but you can feel the psychological shift when you go from 100% to just being complacent, just being, I don't know, weakened and soft. But I'm still searching for an answer. I'm still searching what the right thing to do is. Because there's a part of me that wants to go back to that highly disciplined life, that monk mode, where I felt quote unquote alive. But are there big hidden costs to it? Is that the only way, I repeat, to increase our mental toughness, our self-belief? And again, is that the right path that we have to take to become the man that we want to become? I guess it's only down to time and down to personally experiencing each side of the coin to see what is the best path. But now I'm just like, should I cold shower? Should I not? Should I wake at this time? Should I not? Should I give myself some more sleep? Should I... You know what I mean? Should I allow this junk food? Oh, come on, it's only this. I've done this in the past. I can treat myself. I deserve it. So it's just this mental loop, and I was gotten to the point where after I stopped that monk mode, I started feeling, of course there's a decline in self-belief with it, and I was aware of it. I wrote it down in my journal. I was aware of it, and it did happen. But it did happen. And it has caused me to grow weaker. But it's a difficult question, because is it a matter of belief? Because I know belief is super powerful. If you fully believe something, it will happen. Even there was this story from Tony Robbins. I'll tell it vague because I can't remember it well, but there was this tribe, let's call it, and they were known for, or at least the man believed they were doing sorcery or whatever, witchery, whatever you want to call it. and something happened, blah blah, and the man somehow got in a situation with them. The man was laid down on the ground, and the tribe put this bone to his face, started chanting some words, and the man knew that this was the bone that caused the sorcery. And because he believed it, he believed that this bone, their ritual, their chanting, is going to put a curse on him. He believed it. And what happened? His body started to react. His body started to react in weird ways, as if he was going to die. His body went shutdown mode. He freaked out. Not freaked out, but his body genuinely, truly decided to die. Yeah. But there was never sorcery. That bone was just a bone. It was just his belief. So can you imagine the power of your mind if your belief can cause you to die? So that's that. I don't know. I found that amazing. I found that amazing. But again, is this a matter of belief? What if I wire my brain, I tell myself, and I truly, truly believe, for example, I'm going to eat junk food for the rest of my life and I'm still going to be hard. Because I'm a man, I can do anything I want. And if I truly believe that, and then I spend my next lifetime eating whatever the fuck I want, basically, will that even affect me psychologically because I don't believe it? Do you know what I mean? Why did you shy away? Come back. Come on. But I mean, I only know one thing for sure right now, and it's you've got to do what you told yourself you're going to do. That's the standard, that's the foundation, that's everything. So I can tell myself, okay, today fuck everything else, I'm only going to read 20 minutes today. And I do it. That increases my self-belief. But something just doesn't click, something doesn't sit right because I've said it before. I've said it before in some YouTube shorts or something like that. I did say that routine is gay. It's gay because it robs you, again, of your charisma, of your playfulness, of your spirit. It turns you into this autopilot robot, which I did feel like I was on autopilot, but it robs you of all of these things. You stop socializing with people and you just turn socially disabled as a result. So that's the only thing stopping me from going back to that monk mode. That's the other half of my brain talking. Because the first half, as I mentioned earlier, it wants to go back to that hard, highly disciplined monk mode life. So it's just this, I'm just sitting on both sides of the fence. Because it just comes down to this, either monk mode and gain this self-belief, that this self-belief could be in my head, meaning that I don't need to go monk mode to gain this self-belief, or I don't worry about routine, I don't worry about structure, I don't worry about rigid time blocks, but I just move the needle, simply. I set a few tasks, I complete them, done. No order, no time blocks, no. But at the same time, we might need these time blocks. Because we can't go blindly, we can't just wake up and then have 5 tasks in our head. Which one do we start with? Do you know what I mean? and then if we don't set an end time, we go over time, and we end up not having enough time in our day for the other tasks. And as a consequence, our self-belief gets chipped because we didn't do the things we told ourselves we're going to do. And I think that's interesting, because that's actually something that I've been, for a very long time, for months and months, struggling with. I've always gone over time on certain tasks, and I had no more time for the other ones. And then I ended up frustrated because I didn't complete those other ones. And I was blaming myself for being too slow, being too... just blaming myself a lot. Being harsh on myself. But it's a little short one today, but please let me know in the comments. I am truly curious if you guys are going through the same thing as I am, and what you guys are doing. What do you guys do to build self-belief? What do you do to make sure you reach your goals, you reach your end point? See ya.